Class dismissed. Oops. Chapter 10, Maggie. Goofing off continues in class today. I'd hoped that the longer pre-rain recess time would have tired some of my rowdier classmates, but I think it's only made them rowdier. I once read that there are more than 100 million cells in the human brain. Most of my classmates are using about 5. For most of the morning, I searched diligently through Miss Bryce's worksheets. Now, I pick up where I left off. My plan takes shape. As surely as 2 negatives form a positive when multiplied together. An eraser collides into my arm. "Sorry," says Brian with a snicker. He's not sorry, though, not in the least. Those Nathanderals are never sorry. I'm sitting at the teacher's desk. Why not? If I'm going to whip this class into learning shape, where else would I sit? So when the phone rings, I pick it up before the first ring ends. My desk, my phone, my class. "May I help you?" I ask. No more mousy voice for me. "Is this Miss Bryce?" Principal Klein asks. "Who else would it be?" I say, ducking the question. "Is everything okay?" I cough. I take a deep breath. I remind myself that I am Maggie Cranberry, and I have every right to answer this phone. We need to keep our secret so I can take charge. That single thought fires my millions of brain cells. "Of course," I say. "Why would you think everything wasn't perfectly satisfactory?" "No one has been sent to detention all day," he says, "or yesterday afternoon for that matter. And, well, it's not like your class, so you can see why I'm concerned." Right. Our class gets in trouble a lot. I feel myself breaking out in a sweat, and I bite my lip. Breathe. I can handle this. Go. "My students have been behaving today," I reply, "especially that Maggie Cranberry. Now there's a girl who's going places." Are you feeling well? You don't sound like yourself." "I've never been better." Maybe I was laying it on too thick. After all, I'm supposed to be Miss Bryce, and Miss Bryce would have never raved about her students. When criminals rob banks, they always get tripped up on small details. They leave a fingerprint. They brag to someone about what they did. They drop their wallets at the crime scene. Not that we're robbing a bank, and not that we're criminals, but the analogy feels appropriate. "Funny that you called," I say. "I was just sending someone to your office this morning." "Good. I mean, not good. I'm sorry your class is misbehaving, but I'm glad everything is normal." Of course, why wouldn't things be normal? Everything here is exemplary, I say, with maybe too much energy. My voice cracks. I hang up the phone and my hand trembles. If I'm going to lead this class, I'm going to need to be more careful. I need to remember that I'm not taking charge for me, but for everyone in Class 507. This is for their educations, for their futures, and for the millions of unused brain cells. And my getting into Harvard is just a little extra gravy on the mashed potatoes of excellence. But we do need to send someone to detention now. Eyeing Brian, Kyle, and Seth hurling erasers. I know any one of those troublemakers would be a perfect candidate to march down the hall. But they wouldn't listen if I ordered one of them to the principal's office. They would just throw an eraser at me. No, I need everyone in a class to agree with me. I need a consensus. Plurality. Democracy voting majority, true blue American election. I stand up and pound the stapler on the desk like a judge slams the gavel. Everyone stops what they're doing and looks at me, as I intended. We need to send someone to the principal's office. I announce. The class groans. To keep up appearances. Principal Klein is getting suspicious since no one has gotten in trouble today. Who wants to go? No one raises their hand. But that's not surprising. Blockheads never like to face the consequences of their blockheadedness. Then I'll just pick someone to go, I say. Trevor whispers to Gavin. There goes Miss Bossy again. I glare at him, daring him to say something else about me, but he shrinks in his seat. I am not bossy. I'm a leader. There's a big difference. Why don't we draw straws, suggests Eric. Maybe whoever pulls the shortest straw goes to detention? Drawing straws. That's actually a good idea. Maybe that small, quiet kid Eric is less than a blockhead than some of the others. Ryan looks through the filing cabinet of supplies against the far wall, where it stands under the picture of the most populous North American birds. I have them memorized. They include blue jays, robins, cardinals, geese, and goldfinches. There are pencils and markers and tape and tissue paper inside the cabinet, but apparently no straws. She reports, and then does a ballet spin because Ryan always spins. We can use pencils, Eric suggests. That's another good idea from him. Ryan spins up to the desk, bringing 2 boxes of pencils with her. I count out 20 pencils, one for every student in the class except me. As the self-appointed and decidedly non-bossy leader of the class, I can't be sent to detention. I break one pencil in half and put it, along with 19 unbroken pencils, in my fists. Now, no one can see which one is shortened and broken one. The kids walk up and grab a pencil one at a time. Brian snags the last one, and I'm disappointed to see it isn't the short pencil. Who has it? I ask. Not me, says Brian. Not me, says Trevor. I've got it, says Adam, holding up the stub for all of us to see. He sinks his shoulders. I better get to the principal's office, I guess. That figures. Adam always gets detention.